Now broadcasting on your favorite podcast platform, it's the Maverick Do It Different podcast with your host, Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. When you want to step up and dare to be different, when you will dare to be great and live up to your fullest potential, when you are ready to dare to be a maverick and live the life of your dreams, filled with abundance, passion, and joy, then it's time to listen to me, Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire, and the Maverick Do It Different podcast. And welcome. This is Paul Finck. I'm the Maverick Millionaire. And of course, this is the podcast you've been waiting for. And today, I'm so excited to be introducing one of our authors in our great book, How Network Marketing 2.0 Revealed. And it's how everyday marketers are reshaping the industry for a new generation. And this is really key. Our author, experienced network marketing coach, consultant, demonstrated history of achieving stellar results, having been a leader in various organizations, from startup businesses to Fortune 100 companies, led sales teams that produced over $60 million in revenue and large teams of over 10,000 members. Highly skilled in all aspects of network marketing from A to Z, on whether becoming an inspirational leader, business planning, coaching, development of leaders, sales or recruiting. Style is flexible, certainly not cookie cutter, really consultative in nature and there to guide you. Subject matter expert in network marketing and direct selling, having worked in corporate level for 17 years and several years building up her own business. Diverse background experience in retail management, nonprofit management, distribution, industrial sales as well, events and advertising. Her love for network marketing is obvious. Proud to be in this great industry. Please welcome my great guest here today, Janet Metzgar. It is a pleasure to have you here. So excited. Listen, I know you've been experienced with this in network marketing for a long time. What are your thoughts on what's going on in this day and age with social media and how to use social media with recruiting and really building the business?
Sure. Well, thank you, first of all, for having me. You know, when I left the industry and I came back, I thought, the more things change, the more they stay the same. But the big difference was this social media thing. And I kept reading social media. Oh, you don't have to talk to people. You don't have to do anything. All you've got to do is post, build it, and they will come. Well, it's just really doesn't work that way. What I know about social media is that it's just a start. The relationship part is where the art comes in. And social media is a great way to meet people, but social media is not going to build your business for you. It's not going to build your business for you.
Yeah, you and I are on the same page with that. You really need to understand that it's a matrix of all these pieces, not just the one that'll really make you. And you really need to understand the rest of the story, if you will.
Absolutely. Paul, I've been married 38 years, so I am not experienced with online dating by any means, but I know many people have. And I hope I never have to go there, by the way. But what I know is that you meet people online, but you don't ask them to marry you online. You actually talk to one another. You have conversations, you go on dates before you ask for the order, if you will. And what I see too often, we've all heard it, the spammy pammies. They'll come right out and say, why don't you join my business? Why don't you be my customer? And they know absolutely nothing about it.
Right.
And it drives me nuts. It just drives me nuts. And I think the art of building a relationship is so important in our business. I mean, even though the business has changed, that part of the business has not changed. You have to have a relationship.
Yeah, you and I have a similar background in training sales teams, and it's so interesting. In the modern day, they believe, oh yeah, just go and just do that, and they can connect instantly. And there's so much more, and it's It's developing that relationship and understanding how to communicate.
Right. Communication is, I mean, I believe that there's 13 skills that one needs to really master as a network marketer. And of course, communication is one of them. Like I've studied DISC and I practice it. And I think it's important that it's not cookie cutter, that we relate to that person. People want to communicate the way that they like to communicate instead of the way people want to be communicated to. And that's such a mistake, but it's not type it and they will come. It just doesn't work that way. You got to talk to people.
Yeah. You mentioned cookie cutter in your bio, and so key is that's how most people approach their business. Everybody gets the same approach. Everybody gets the same language pattern. And nothing could be further from the truth. You want to move to where people are versus having them move to where you are. You'll end up with so much more higher level of results. I know what that's what you're all about. So what's the secret? What's the secret to reducing? And here's our pet peeve is that turnover over and over again in the industry, that
oh my gosh,
come and go. How do we get rid of that?
Well, first of all, I don't know. I hear this all the time. This is the one I hear. Oh, I can't believe they didn't stay longer. Well, I think first of all, you have to know that the stats in the industry are anywhere between 95 and 103%. That's the turnover rate. In other words, over the course of a year, if you bring 100 people on to your business, 95 are going to leave, maybe even 103. So you have to know that's the way that it is. People don't make a lifetime commitment.
Right.
So, but when you know that up front and you could reduce your turnover by 20 or 30%, that's huge. Even if you get them to stay 20 or 30% longer. Yes. So the secret is, there isn't a secret. It is still a high touch business. I had a client talked to me the other day who's building a big team, and she said, I brought this on and then this person left, and I asked her, I said, so how many times have you talked to this person in the last month? And it was crickets. She hadn't talked to them.
Yeah.
And it's this simple. I mean, I told her, I said, now you have children, right? And she says, yeah. And I said, so when you give birth to your children, do you just let them raise themselves, or are you there alongside them? I said, you've just given birth to a new distributor. You need to spend quality time with them, not do it for them. But what you have to do is you have to show them and take them alongside yourself, hold their hand and get them up to speed. So it is still a high touch business. Even though it's virtual, it's still a high touch business.
That's a great analogy. Great analogy. As dad of 6, I really appreciate that.
Right.
Yes. You've got to nurture them. If you got to nurture the relationship and really guide them along. And one of the things that you said in that whole conversation is also manage expectations. Is that you when you expect them to stay forever and they leave within a month, the dichotomy of those expectations is so extreme that you lose your faith, you lose your momentum.
Right.
You understand the numbers, as you were saying. That's so key.
It is. It's very key. And my vision was I have a lot of knowledge that sometimes you can't learn it in a book. It just takes time. And I want to cut the learning curve for a network marketer so it doesn't take them 17 to 20 years like it did me to know all of these things. And there's things that are out there, those statistics that you're looking in the mirror and you're saying, what's wrong with me? And it's not you. It's, I live in Wisconsin, Paul, and believe it or not, in January, it's cold here. And so if you come to Wisconsin, it's going to be cold. And if you come expecting it to be 70 degrees and sunny, you're going to be disappointed. Right. So you have to know these things up front, but there are ways to improve it. And that's what I really strive to do. So, but the secret is it's still a high touch business.
So what's the most important trait? Someone's going through, what is it that they need to know?
That is a really tough question. And I've thought about that a lot because I could say it's this one, But I think at the end of the day, the trait that the most successful network marketers have is they are incredible leaders. You know, people will say, oh, they're a born leader, they're a born salesperson, they're a born network marketer. There's no such thing as a born anything, because you have to be able to lead people. You see, network marketing is like a volunteer army. I mean, they can come and go as they please. You know, they're their own boss, and your job is to be able to inspire them to do more than they ever thought. So I think you have to be a really, really strong leader. And the great news is that's a skill that you can learn. You don't have to know everything, but you have to get people to believe in themselves and to believe in their dream and their goal.
Yeah, it so much, and having been a leader in both corporate world as well as outside of corporate world in your own businesses, you know, it's they'll follow when you lead. And
Exactly.
you will build that following and build a team when you lead. And there's for you, you've been a leader to show them how it's done. And that's really important in the network marketing profession, is to walk your talk, is to show them how it's done.
Right,
And
right.
congratulations on that over all these years. So we've got, you know, no real secret. It is a matter of connection. It is a matter of learning communication. It's a matter of that one trait of just keep moving forward in all of it and connecting with people. Where do you think, what's next for you?
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm really excited because I'm going to be, for the first time, this has been on my list for 2 years, that I want to be a published author. And I'm going to be a published author in the network marketing book that you are publishing. So I am really, really excited about it, you know, to be able to spread that word. So that's one thing. The next thing is my my course that I have done, because you know, my vision is to be able to help as many people as I can. And there's one of me. So I developed an online course for folks that focuses on the 13 fundamental skills of a network marketer. So I put a lot of time and energy in that. My gosh, I could keep going and going, because people reach out to me and say, well, what about this? And what about that? So it's a lot of fun. And most importantly, I'm working one-on-one with a lot of top tier clients and helping them to reach their goals and dreams. And at the same time, I get to do what I love to do, which I think is probably the most important thing. You've got to love what you do.
What's your biggest passion?
My biggest passion outside of work is I am crazy about college basketball. I absolutely love it. I'm crazy about it. Live and breathe and die. I have a team that I follow, and but I'll tell you why I love sports, why I love college basketball especially, is because it's all about fundamentals. They really focus, a good team focuses on fundamentals. It's not just one person that makes the team. And I think sports really teaches us a lot of life lessons.
Oh my gosh, what a great analogy. Yes, especially in network marketing, it's a team sport. There's no one person. You can create a great following. You can be the leader of your team and create a great network. Only if you believe it's all about you, you've missed the boat.
No, I mean, Zig Ziglar, you know, we all know what he said, you know, help enough people get what they want and you'll get what you want. And, you know, I think one of the best parts about network marketing is when you see other people succeed. I mean, I love seeing people that I worked alongside up on stage. I'd rather they were on stage than I am, because I knew I was alongside them. And that just made me so very, very proud. And that's what I love to continue to do.
Hear, hear. So we've got your chapter, and we're co-authors in the great book, Network Marketing 2.0 Revealed, all about what's going on in the future of network marketing, because we are only at the beginning stages of this great industry. It is going to explode a whole nother generation over the next 5 and 10 years, you're going to see an explosion. And we're working together to help lead the leaders of tomorrow.
Absolutely. I'm just stoked about it. I can't wait.
It's going to be awesome. We've got this coming out. Any takeaways with what you wrote in the book? Any takeaways that you want to share?
I guess, what I did is I looked at tipping points, because I believe, the hardest part is the uphill climb. Once you get to the top, downhill's easy. It's that first, 1, 2, 3 years that are really difficult. And I always say, once you get to the top, it's easy. So a couple things I wrote in terms of a tipping point. And I guess I would say, that I had a mentor. I'm very fortunate. I had so many great mentors, but I always remember these words from a gentleman I worked alongside. He said, Metzger, you just have to keep doing what you're doing, and that is, you are boringly consistent.
Hear, hear. Just
be consistent. You don't have to go full on all of the time, because to me that's like a weekend athlete. You go crazy on Saturday and then you pay for it the rest of the week. If you do a little bit of the right thing on a daily basis, not even 7 days a week, 5, 6 days a week, you are going to be so much farther ahead. So I'm all about being boringly consistent.
Hear, hear. I call it in the Maverick community, consistent, persistent behavior.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
And especially with building business, it's the key. That just showing up. And yes, you're the epitome of that. Keep going, keep showing up, do the fundamentals. Great. If you like basketball, Larry Bird.
Yes.
The epitome of no talent, no short, no, he didn't have any of the skill sets going into the game that you would think, or any of the innate physical presence. Yet he practiced the fundamentals every day and created himself to be one of the best.
Absolutely. That's just it. And you go to a basketball practice, and Larry Bird wasn't practicing. Well, back in the day, they didn't dunk, but he wasn't practicing dunking. He was practicing defense and free throws. Yep. And that's what you need to do. You have to talk to people, and you have to care about people. You do those two things, and you're going to win. You're going to win.
Hear, hear. Hear, hear. All right. Time for our lightning speed. Are you lightning speed answers and questions? Are you ready?
I don't know. I guess I am. Yeah.
So, what is your favorite book?
Well, I guess it just depends on the time of day. But I will say that my favorite book right now, because I use it as a great reference, is I love Big Al Schreiter, Tom Big Al Schreiter, and his book, The Quick Start Guide, I think is the best. I'm not somebody that likes to read War and Peace. I like these quick novels or short pieces. I don't want to read just to read. I want to learn something, and he just focuses on the fundamentals. So The Quick Start Guide by Tom Schreiter.
That's awesome. I love asking that question because we get such a variety of great books. But as you listen to all the different podcasts, you just have a great collection to choose from. So
right.
Awesome choice. Favorite movie?
I love movies. I miss going to the theater. I'm so excited now that they're opening back up. But I would say that my favorite movie is Rain Man. I'm an excellent driver. I always think of Dustin Hoffman saying that to Tom Cruise, Rain Man. I think it's got a great lesson. It always makes me smile. And here's the thing about a movie like that, or a good book, is I've watched it so many times, and you learn something new every time you read it, every time you watch it.
That's great. Favorite singer or band?
Well, I'm going to show my age here. I love Jay and the Americans.
Jay and the Americans?
Yep.
Wow, that's going back.
Well, it is, but there's a reason behind it. one of their songs was the song that I danced at my wedding with my husband. So that's one of the reasons. And I love songs that we know all the words to.
Oh, that's amazing. That's great. So, we're closing out our podcast here, and it's been great talking to you. I want to give you a chance. Words of wisdom, final thoughts for the listeners here. There are people from all walks of life doing a whole lot of different things, network marketing as well as others. What would you say to them?
I would say that don't let anybody steal your dreams, no matter what they are. Believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, find somebody that believes in you and borrow their belief until you believe in yourself.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Yeah. So true and so needed in this day and age. Believe, 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 have faith. Yeah,
absolutely.
Awesome. Janet, it's been a pleasure. Janet Metzgar, you can contact her. We will have her description and link and all the ways to reach out to her right here. So don't worry, and be sure to see her in the book, Network Marketing 2.0 Revealed, which was available everywhere you want to look, on Amazon and Barnes & Noble and in every distributor house all around the world. So absolutely go check it out there. And it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, Janet.
Thank you.
This is Paul Finck, the Maverick Millionaire. This is the episode of the Maverick Do It Different podcast. Thank you so much for joining. This is where we dare to do it different. Until next time, everyone. Thanks for listening to Paul Finck. That's me, the Maverick Millionaire, and the Maverick Do It Different podcast. You can listen to us anytime, 24/7 on your podcast listening platform of choice. Introduce us to your friends, give us 5-star rating and subscribe, and share us across all your social media platforms to anyone that could really utilize this message right now. Till next time, everyone.